George Russell joined Mercedes in the junior driver program in 2018. A year later, Williams announced he would sign a multi-year deal in 2019 along with veteran Robert Kubica as a teammate. While he didn't score any points in his first season with the struggling Williams, he kept getting out on the track trying his very best. In the 2020 Sakhir Grand Prix, he replaced Lewis Hamilton in Mercedes because the six-time world champion that year was found positive after a COVID test. Russell showed his skill, finishing P2 in qualifying right behind his Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas. In the race, he managed to take the lead and keep it, but unlucky for him, he had to pit because the team fitted Bottas's front tyres to his car, and 10 laps before the checkered flag, he suffered a puncture, leading to another pit stop. After this drama, he finished P9, truly gutted, but everyone knew he was the real deal. In 2021, Mercedes announced that George Russell would join in the next year, replacing Valtteri Bottas and joining Hamilton. So far, George Russell has shown tenacity, and his consistent pace awarded him a few podiums. It appears that the German team found a perfect driver for the W13. But what do other drivers think about him? You'll be surprised to hear some of the opinions. Stick until the end of the video to find out. Russell's compatriots seem satisfied with the performance of the young Briton. While he has been outqualified and trailing by 24 points in the Drivers' Championship, the seven-time world champion admits Russell is an excellent asset to the team. Hamilton said, "I won't say it's been tough, it's been pleasant to be teammates. We've worked together incredibly well, and I really think that whether or not I am here, he has all the qualities to help take his team forward in the future and lead them to success. So I think it's been the right choice for the team. I hope I can be a little bit of a part of helping him progress." It's tough to be the guy replaced by another driver, and it's even tougher when you've had heated moments on the track with a guy that replaced you. In the 2021 Imola Grand Prix, Bottas and Russell collided in wet conditions when the latter tried to overtake in the grass and lost control. In an interview, Russell blamed the incident on Bottas, but at a later notice, he recognized his fault and apologized. The Finn hasn't forgotten this incident, not by a long shot. On social media, a meme about Russell started where everyone was to complete the following sentence: "George Russell is the kind of guy." Many fans and drivers, including Daniel Ricciardo and Alex Albon, have joked about Russell, but the highlight was when Bottas contributed to the joke. Specifically, he wrote, "George Russell is the kind of guy to overtake in damp conditions at the end of the main straight in Imola." Maybe a cheeky moment, or perhaps he still hasn't forgotten about the incident that Russell faultily blamed him. Lando Norris and Russell go way back from early childhood until Formula One. Being best friends and rivals, they started in the same year racing in the sport alongside Alex Albon. The trio shared some funny and chaotic moments as they were rookies on the grid. After Russell started driving for Mercedes, it seemed that Norris noticed that the new driver for Mercedes was a different person with the pressures in Mercedes. Norris says, "I see other drivers get shaped more because of who they are with, the teams they are with, and I don't think it's a good thing. It takes away their personality. Growing up with George, for instance, was a lot of fun. He was a great person, but it is different at Mercedes. I just don't see as fun a side of him. George is a great person, and I feel like the personality he had a few years ago, he would be even more popular. I don't think it's Mercedes' fault, but the pressure of being with Mercedes and having Lewis as a teammate is never going to be an easy thing." Speaking of old friends, Charles Leclerc is one of Russell's childhood friends and teammates in their karting days. From then until this season in Formula One, both enjoyed driving against each other and have had fun outside the track. While there haven't been many battles this year among them, there is mutual respect. When Mercedes announced that Russell would join in 2022, the Monegasque had nothing but praises for the new Mercedes driver. Leclerc said, "I've actually been teammates with George. It was a long time ago in karting, and I think what I've seen of him since that time is that he's just extremely talented. And every time he got into the kart back then or the car now, he's just quick, straight away, so his talents make him special. If he goes to Mercedes next year, I'm pretty sure that he will perform very, very well and impress more than one person." Last but not least, we can't avoid the opinion of the current world champion Max Verstappen. In his years with Williams, Russell didn't have a car fast enough to battle against the Dutchman. Russell has more chances to fight the world champion now that he's in a much better car and team. We can't forget the epic battle both of them had in Barcelona, where Verstappen was dealing with a DRS problem and had to overtake Russell, who was doing his best to keep the Dutchman behind him with an inferior car compared to Red Bull. At the post-race interview, both admitted that they enjoyed this battle, with Russell admitting that it brought back memories from Formula 3 and 2. Verstappen said, "Of course, I was a bit frustrated at the time because I couldn't get Russell because of the DRS issues, but the fight itself was really cool also. I think that lap where I did go down the outside, and George went around the outside, and I was around the outside of turn 3 again. I think that was a really cool fight. I look back at it and smile now. At the time, of course, I was a little bit frustrated, but it was a really good and tough battle, I think." While the season isn't over yet and Mercedes has improved their car, it is possible to see them battle again in the next races. What do you think about George Russell? Write your opinion in the comments, and while you're down there, feel free to leave a like on the video. And if you want more Formula One content, hit that subscribe button